Hi there, welcome to the Silver Screen Show. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host Abu, and I'm again joined by Mo and Pam.
Hello.
Oh, thanks for joining us. So, before we get started, let's have a quick word about Ramadan. How's that all going for you?
Oh, piece of cake.
Piece of
It's-
cake.
Yeah,
I
it's-
wouldn't say that. I think it's the longest fast we've had.
I am seriously struggling
Yeah.
for this.
I think that is a factor.
I
It
know.
is the longest fast.
30 years, right?
Yeah, about 30 years.
And still, we're doing this show, so that was dedication to the cause.
Dedication.
We could have just said now it's Ramadan.
And must say, the crappy summer out there. I mean, it is summer, but it doesn't feel like summer. I've pulled off my summer look, though. Yeah.
I don't mind because it makes the fasting easy. If it's
Yeah, it's too long.
Right, so with the chit chat done, let's get into business.
Yes, let's do it.
The reviews. Oh, it's been a while since our last show, so we're gonna go right back to the beginning of the month. The Nice Guys, starring Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe, directed by Shane Black. Basically, it's a film starring two cops who join forces to solve a big crime.
Buddy cop.
Buddy cop movie,
Buddy
yes.
cops.
If you love Rush Hour, you'd love this.
Yes.
So, right, let's start off with Mo.
I mean, I'm a big fan of buddy cop films, Lethal
Yeah.
Weapons, and all those films of age
Oh,
old
leave,
days.
going back now, aren't we?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are amazing films, and they really get the essence of the partnership between two cops going. And I thought this film did a really great job at getting that essence through. The chemistry was great. I thought Russell Crowe, Ryan
Super.
Gosling played off each other so well.
So,
Yeah, I think that's the important thing. In these films, if the two main duo don't interact, it's gonna fail flat.
Flat,
You know,
yeah.
without it
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
going up. Like with the Rush Hour film, the Rush Hour TV show, the film worked because Tucker and Chan had such a great chemistry.
Exactly.
TV show no one even likes. Like, what is this? I don't even, I don't even know. But I think the film, it's got a bit of a mature theme to it, so we're not going to go into that side of it. But I think overall, though, it made me laugh.
Well, the
quite a lot.
1960s and 70s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the things that happen in there. Let's not go into that. But I think the film itself, I mean, it was supposed to be funny film. It made me laugh.
Yeah,
a
I
few
thought it
times.
was hilarious.
I think,
Parama?
I
Yeah.
think Gosling surprisingly did quite a lot.
I was going to come to that. So, my review for the film, yeah, I went mainly for Ryan Gosling, definitely, yeah. And then love Russell Crowe, he's such a brilliant actor. And also, like, the plot was really well written, I would say. But one question that bothered me throughout the film was Ryan Gosling's teenage daughter. I mean, he just doesn't look like a dad.
She did kind of.
I just refuse to
he's-
believe.
he's
But
just-
how old is he again?
He
Yeah.
ages that well.
Yeah.
It's Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, is that his daughter? Yeah, throughout the
out
film.
of place, I suppose.
Nah, she's not. Is she even teenage? She's probably
She's
like
not
13.
teenage, but I mean, she's too old to
13.
be Ryan Gosling.
I mean, imagine you
That's what I mean.
get a
Yeah.
child at 18-year-old. You'll be what?
Yeah.
I think well, I did have a problem with the girl though. Is the fact she was really like out of place in a sense, like she's just getting
A bit too clever.
That's like,
Yeah,
don't go
she's
here. It's
way
going to be
too
dangerous. She tries to go
Oversmart.
there. And,
Yeah,
like, she's there to make the plot move. Like if she just stayed in the car,
true.
nothing would happen.
But
If
that's
she's
to do
in-
with how the character was written rather than how the
It's
girl
true, but
acted.
she's
it.
still
I
amazing.
think she acted well. I
She
thought
acted well, yeah.
She's a great actress, but I think most of the things she did was just there to move the plot along. Like I'm going to mess this up.
Yeah,
just
I
so
agree,
This can
kind
happen.
of.
I'm going to run away now, so this will happen. And it's like,
I know.
and she's, like, the fact she's trying to be like the moral high ground kind of was a bit weird.
Uh-huh.
Like at the
I
end,
mein, someone's after you, and she's like, "Don't kill
at the
that
end she's like,
person."
yeah, if you kill
Yeah.
him, I'm not going to ever talk to you again.
Talk
But
to
I'm
you
like,
again.
This guy tried to kill you
Kill
and your
you
friend
and your family
in your own house.
Yeah,
You threw your best friend out a window, and you're just going to happily say, he
that's
doesn't do
true.
you guys.
I agree.
You guys are too pessimistic. People are nice that way.
Well, it is called the nice
I
guys.
agree with her.
But overall, I think, yeah, I mean, the plot was well put together. The storyline did come together in the end, and all the little, it's a mystery, so,
Yeah.
bits of the pieces
Exactly.
come together for the whole reveal at the end to come together. And of course, the main two played off each other really well.
Speaking of good things, I thought Matt Bomer, the villain, was amazing. I thought he was one of the
Yeah.
best parts of
He,
the film.
he had the ice cold.
He
and
is really
assassin.
good.
He was disconcertingly
Yeah.
well groomed and good looking.
I know.
And so ruthless, like
Yeah.
frightening.
He
I
played
thought
off it.
he played really well.
Like after a while, we got a good villain because then the last couple of films we had lame villains, right?
Oh
So-
yeah. yeah.
So I think he is a great point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what he's in before, to be honest. I think he was in White Collar, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
I
think
love
it
that
looks
show.
familiar.
That's what I was saying.
I
Yeah,
think the villain was
The
done
White
well.
Collar.
The,
Neil Caffrey. Yeah,
the two cops done excellently, but I didn't really like the
Mm-hmm.
involvement of the whole daughter thing. But that's just my
Yeah.
personal
Anything else?
opinion.
Anything else you didn't like?
I liked it. I would say the liking overpowered the disliking. Yeah, I mean there was hardly.
I thought
that I
one
didn't
thing
like.
that was a thorn for me was near the end how when
The
the girl says to Russell Crowe, "Don't kill him." and he actually doesn't kill him.
That's
And
awesome.
it actually bothers him that he killed someone else before. I mean, he's a professional hitman, or
Yeah, it's true.
it shouldn't bother him. And I thought that took away from the weight of his character.
Yeah, the
the
kind
way
of
he
a
tried
bit
to.
timid.
Probably
Yeah.
he tried to introduce a little bit of humanity in his
Yeah,
character.
you know,
I don't
forced
True.
character development.
Yeah,
That's what Hollywood always does.
That's what I was
and
saying.
it
Like,
is
going
films.
back to my point, considering the daughter was like, this guy tried to. No. We're gonna keep that in the cut. Don't worry. This is
Carry on, mate. Life moves on.
something happened off screen. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So let's end off this review. I'm gonna say, what was my review again? I was saying, the funny guys. Yeah, that was my free
That's
review.
a
Three
great
reviews.
line.
Funny
yeah.
guys. Yeah, work for
So
me.
appropriate. For me, I love the film, but my reviews got nothing to do with the film. I would say I love Gosling.
Fair enough. Entitled
I'm the
girl.
fangirl.
Yeah, you're entitled to it. Yeah, I'm sure Mr. Gosling will be very happy.
If he ever watches.
I'm sure he watched
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, what? He obviously does.
And for you?
Mine, I thought the film was hilarious. I thought there was superb chemistry between the lead actors. It was perfectly cooked buddy comedy.
Yeah.
And so I'll say it was hilarious and on form.
Sounds good.
Interesting, interesting. All right, moving on to our second review. Personally, something I was looking forward to, just because he mentioned my hometown. in the
Yeah. Enfield.
film. Pondazin, I'm like, what? Pondazin, that's where I live. Didn't I hear that in a Hollywood film?
Must
but
have been exciting for you to watch it in the
of course,
theater, right?
Yeah. So
Did
The
you recognize the
In the
streets?
same cinema.
everything.
Did
So basically, it's the Conjuring 2 we're talking about, the Enfield cases, which came out literally about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hype on this one. Apparently, it's it's supposed to be a really good horror film. As opposed to
I think
supposed to
it
be.
was. I think it was.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
So basically, the summary of this film is it stars the famous Enfield poltergeist case, and a bunch of investigators from America coming over to see what happens, and the film revolves around that. So I think Mr. Mo has a lot to say about this. Let's let him open the floor.
Oh, really?
Of negativity.
Well, to be honest, I'll start with negatives. I thought the film wasn't scary at all.
Really?
One thing I don't like about horror films is when they rely solely on jump scares to scare the audience.
There were loads of
Because
it.
it was only there. That was the only scare that was there. There weren't any higher level scares that you, for example, when you rely on mystery element of things, then it becomes a bit suspenseful thriller or suspenseful scare. None of that was there. I thought the plot was extremely predictable. It relied on that same.
I kind of agree with
oh,
that. Yeah.
a demon has possessed me plot.
Wasn't it an
That's-
exceptional
which
plot?
Is, yeah, which is the plot for literally every film since Parama.
Show the cross and the.
Yeah. Oh, and the cross. Turn the cross over.
I know, right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I think
They should come out of that.
I think jump scares are natural for horror films.
Jump
But it's how
scares are
it's how
natural.
you do them. To be honest,
Hollywood
and in my
films,
opinion,
yeah.
I think it did suspense really well. Like
It did.
when the kid was put his toy truck into the
Yeah.
tent and just kept on coming back and
Yeah.
forth, and the camera kept on like panning around.
That part was
Yeah.
Bits like that, like,
scary
it
as
was done
hell.
really
That
well.
was one of the highlights of the film. But you know, one of the things about this film is when you have a horror film, one of the most important parts about it is the build-up rather than the revelation itself. So if the build-up is done very well and it's done throughout Act 1 and Act 2, and then you reveal something in Act 3, the whole film becomes enjoyable. But in this film, they reveal who the main ghost is within the first half an hour. You know, the old guy,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
old man.
But he was a pawn.
He was a
right?
pawn.
He was a pawn, admittedly, but the crooked man
Yeah.
was the crux of a lot of
So
the
one thing I
discussion.
think that was up is the whole crooked man thing. That's a bit too much.
Yeah.
Considering the rest of the film was a bit more down to earth. And it was something out of a fantasy
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing. But I think, in my opinion, I think I liked it in a sense that the first half of the film, when it's all the haunting part, was a lot more interesting than the second half when it was the investigating and the American duo come over. And it becomes more of an action film.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
he's like busting through the floor in the basement and
Exactly, yeah.
trying to take out all the demons. I thought that was a bit, it kind of defected a bit too much. But the first half I liked a lot more. The whole when they're in the house
Yeah, that's something to
and
that.
you got the
You know-
kids like walking around.
You know the
slowly.
exact point where it stops being a horror film and becomes a more action thriller.
Yeah, I was gonna say it becomes a comedy because
Comedy?
it's quite funny. You know the.
Oh, that's-
I think it's got
that's
like
something I didn't
He has a
No,
few
no, man,
surprisingly funny moments. Like
funny
when
moments.
the police
yeah.
see the ghost and they're like, yeah, we're
I'm
gone.
gonna come to that.
Oh.
So first of all, I'd like to say that I agree with you. The first half was really good.
Yeah, I
we
like
could
the first
connect
half.
ourselves with the Green Street, London.
Enfield grammar,
grammar school.
Yeah.
So you can, when you look at the roads and it's like it looks familiar. You know, you can connect. And then, the funny part, I'm just coming to it was loads of jump scares, loads of scary moments. Yeah, there were times when I wanted to pinch someone who was sitting next to me, like unknown people.
I think suspense,
like
the first half.
yeah, exactly. So a lot of suspense, yeah. But the funny part is the old man. I mean, he goes like, knock, knock. Who's that?
Bill.
Yeah,
Bill.
Bill Wilkinson. So, I mean, he knew that the audience going to laugh, yeah. So those kind of things. And I thought
second half
that
did
ghost,
pander off in a sense.
Yeah.
It became more of a...
I thought he's the main ghost, but apparently he wasn't. He was a pawn. But I mean,
It was Darth Maul, apparently.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, that gave away that he's being funny. So he's not the main demon, the main villain. But the demon's quite funny, when the lady Ghostbuster, when she says the name of the demon,
And
Valak,
gone.
and he just starts disintegrating, and like it's so funny.
It is a bit of an easy cop-out ending.
Yeah, I mean, you were just waiting to hear
Say
the
the
name, yeah, and then I just disappear. I mean, yeah, it's quite
Right,
funny.
okay, so...
And to begin, why did the ghost give her name to begin with? Why?
Oh yeah, that's a
Why
very
did the
good.
ghost give
just-
her name?
I don't know,
get
man.
that.
I don't know. Ask IMDb. They should have all the answers.
If that's what was keeping the ghost
Yeah.
away, why would he give the name?
It's true. You do actually didn't think about
It's
that.
like subconsciously
In
the
the
ghost
vision.
wanted to be released from
Yeah,
this
yeah.
world.
Probably.
Or the demon,
That's what
whatever
they're
you
going to
call
say
it.
anyway.
But it's based on a true story, right?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Well, I did a
Definitely,
reading. Apparently, that's
definitely.
all a prank and elaborate hoax.
Right.
So, oh,
Because at the end of the film, did you see all the clips
I'm
of the
pretty-
true
yeah.
stories versus
Oh,
the film?
come on. You seriously don't believe that. I thought you were joking about it.
No, it is.
Oh,
yeah, man, ghosts do exist here.
It does.
Anyway, let's not bring this up.
But demonic presence. Oh,
Uh,
speaking of demonic presence, I thought that was one of another low point of the film. It takes itself too seriously. Too much self-important terminology, like, oh, I sense a demonic presence, instead of, there's a demon here.
But I think that's a whole show. The American
That's
Ghostbusters,
based
they
in the
had
70s, right?
Yeah.
They just make the film.
But then again, look at the irony, like two 70s film, right? We
Exactly,
watched
it's
it.
true.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's bring this to a close quickly.
do it.
I'm gonna assume his reviews gonna be bad or something. To me, I think the suspense is done well. I
Yeah.
like the first.
I liked
the
it,
first
man.
of the film.
Kind of scratched
I liked it a
myself,
lot.
yeah. Yeah, so
But
was it enough
jumped out
to
of my seat.
win over the second half?
oh yeah, to be honest,
It's okay.
It wasn't the worst horror film I've
Yeah,
seen. The
definitely.
Forest, which I saw,
I've seen worse.
The Forest, which I saw early in the year, that was an atrocious film. It was nowhere near as bad as that. It was a decent horror film.
Right.
Horror films are pretty hard to do nowadays anyway, because everyone's seen
What's-
everything nowadays.
What's your favorite horror film, by the way? Now that we're on this topic.
Okay, favorite horror film.
Insidious.
You like
That's really
Insidious?
scary. And I like Drag Me to Hell. I know many people think it's quite funny. You know that gypsy lady and yeah.
They're kind of funny.
Yeah, that's kind of like
Each to their
Conjuring
own.
too.
I'm more like this Japanese film, like The Ring. Those are
The Ring.
Oh yeah, that's
I was going to say
super
The Ring.
scary.
the Japanese version.
There's
The Ring,
another
The
one.
Ring.
There's a
Yeah. The
Swedish
Grudge.
film
There's a
called
Grudge.
Let the Right One In. I don't know if you've seen that. It's pretty good as well.
Is it? I'll put it
Yeah.
to my list for my
I'll watch
Halloween
that.
viewing.
Yeah.
So I think we kind of detoured a bit, but right. So your reviews.
Back to 3-word reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you start?
So that's a suspense done well for me.
Nice.
Pam?
For me, I'd say, let me think of it. Yeah, scary yet funny.
Scary yet funny. That's
Yeah.
like scary movie.
Yeah, I think it was quite funny. Yeah.
And Mo,
For me, the plot was extremely predictable. They relied on cheap humor, lack of imagination when it comes to the ghosts.
3
It
words,
was-
man.
Bring it on. The negative.
the movie tested my patience, so it's a test of patience.
Wow.
That's
Fair
harsh.
The movie, it was
Is it that bad?
torture by boredom for
If you have
me.
anything to say,
my
put it down in the
God.
comment section below. Right, so that wraps up the reviews. We're going to move on to the previews. There's a lot actually coming out in July. There's a huge list. I think we should kind of just blast away through them.
Let's.
Yeah, it's about 8, which I've picked out
Oh,
actually.
God.
Yeah. So first of
Such
all,
good
Central
films coming
Intelligence
out.
comes out tomorrow.
Oh, Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart.
Can't
It's
wait
another
to
like
watch
a
it.
buddy cop film.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm a huge fan of The Rock, so I'm going to watch it.
I'm a huge fan
regardless.
of both of them.
I'm a huge fan
I
of
think they
both
both
of them.
have a very good sense of humor, and they
Definitely.
both played well.
So
Looking
the
forward to
trailers
watch
look
this.
pretty funny for that.
It looks very
And
funny.
I'm-
It's been showing for a while.
Except for the beginning scene when Rock is fat.
Oh, the
I
fat
thought
one.
That
I
was
think that's a face swap, right?
that was very
Stanley Kubrick.
stereotypical. Oh, look at the fat guy.
Yeah, but then it becomes a rock, so
Yeah.
it worked out in the end.
It works
Yeah,
out.
well,
But I'm really looking for Central Intelligence. I mean, it's been on my radar for a while, so
I know.
that should be out tomorrow, so should be pretty good. Cracking on Now You See Me Too.
Oh, can't wait. That looks
it?
spectacular, yeah.
I don't know. I saw the
Looks
first
spectacular.
one.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a grand film.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch it, but I think I saw the first one. It's a bit like
I can't wait to good cast.
It's like,
I
are
think
you
it's good.
are you guys doing magic or are you guys doing illusions?
Illusionists.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's
though.
about illusionists, right?
But they're not doing illusions. They're like stopping rain and stuff. That's not illusion. That's the actual magic powers they have.
Some.
So
They saw
Yeah.
the rain. So,
doesn't-
I haven't seen the films.
Okay, I haven't seen the first part,
one.
but this one makes me want to watch the first part.
the first one's really well done. It's very slick film. But it's the fact like it doesn't really explain are they magicians or do they literally have magic powers?
The different cast.
Because they float around in the
Oh,
air
I
and
see.
stuff. I'm like, how are you doing this? Is it a trick? But they never explain to you, is it a trick? But it's a very slick film. The cast is
on that,
amazing.
yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg, Mark Ruffalo,
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson,
Oh,
Michael
love
Caine,
Mark Ruffalo. Exactly, Michael
Morgan
Caine is there.
Freeman, and this cast
It's
is
a
amazing.
brilliant cast, yeah.
The productions are done
Morgan
really
Freeman
well.
using his god powers.
Exactly. Yeah, so
almighty.
the films are like the whole production value is really slick, and I love the way it looks. But it's just that one thing that bothers me is that they don't really explain are they doing magic.
Let's just wait for it.
Let's wait for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe on the trilogy, the final
Amazing.
movie, they'll explain
So,
everything.
I read a brilliant comment over there saying they should have called this "Now You Don't." Like the first film, "Now You See Me."
Now you don't
They
see
really
me.
missed like
They could have done that.
that was a great marketing opportunity to call it
I
"Now
know.
You Don't."
That is very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, they went off the board.
Now you see me too. It's too common.
Very
Yeah.
creative, guys. Right, on and on. Coming after that, Tarzan,
Oh, can't
big
wait.
budget remake.
Like, yeah,
So-
big budget remake. Loads of classics coming out, like
Yeah.
Ghostbusters, Tarzan. Can just relate
the
to the
film's
childhood.
already come out in the US, and the reviews are pretty bad.
Is it?
Yeah.
It looks a bit very much reliant on CGI. from
Yeah,
what it
it
looks
I'd like
very-
to add something. The main guy, Alexander.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about how hot he is, but Alexander Skarsgård.
Skarsgård.
Yeah. So I used to watch his serial. What's that? True Blood. That's an adult vampire show. Yeah. So and I loved him. He wasn't the main lead there. He was a second, but I liked him better than the main lead. So definitely, this is a film to look out for. Definitely.
Can he act,
yeah.
though?
He is a great actor. He's Swedish.
Swedish.
Yeah, I think he's
Skarsgård
Swedish.
sounds very
Skarsgård.
not-
Yeah. So I think he's gonna do a good job in Tarzan. Looks good.
It's something that I'm not really that
Sad,
hyped about
but
it,
true.
but I'm
True
kind
Is
of
is,
like,
something else you're hyped about in the film?
no, not really.
Alexander.
No, Ramadan, I suppose.
I used to watch Tarzan when I was a kid. I'm sure you did too. So
Oh
we
yeah,
can-
I don't think this film will top the animated film. The animated film was a
yeah.
classic. I love that film.
Right.
Maybe.
Real controversial film next, Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, another classic. Yeah.
According to YouTube, it's going to be like the worst film in the history of mankind, which is a bit harsh, I think.
about
According,
feminism, right?
according to their likes.
According to
Or
dislikes,
dislikes.
it's like the most dislikes
Did
ever.
you guys watch the cartoon?
Of course.
Definitely,
course.
right?
Oh, I've got
Cartoon
the
Network.
song memorized.
I know.
To be honest, the cast is pretty good. I mean, Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig, Wig.
Good
I love
actors.
those two.
Yeah,
They were in Bridesmaid, weren't
Yeah,
they?
so they're
Yeah.
pretty solid.
Good
So I don't
cast.
know if the hate that is coming
cast
on them.
again,
It's a bit,
yeah.
it's a bit too much, I think.
Maybe the hate is not on them,
it's
more on the
nostalgia.
studio.
Yeah.
No, because there is no reason for a reboot of Ghostbusters. The original film was fantastic,
Yeah.
and doing a reboot will only ruin it because you cannot top the original.
Then again, it could come out of nowhere and surprise you. I mean, the cast is
Exactly.
great. I think it's got Chris Hemsworth got a cameo in it as well. So you've got a bit of A-list Hollywood
Something to look forward
movie
to.
star in there.
Yeah.
What's Hemsworth doing there?
He's like the
He's the Charlie of Charlie
He's like the
Daniels.
receptionist.
Oh, is he there?
He's like the
Okay.
receptionist of the
Right.
Ghostbusters. But I think kind of like Ant-Man last year. No one really expected that to do any well.
To
and
do
came out
so
and blew
well.
away.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
alright.
give this a chance because it's a big movie. They're not gonna. If it's that bad, they wouldn't hype it up and release
I'm
it.
sure it's gonna be fine.
It's gonna
yeah.
be fine. It's not
We're
be
gonna
end
watch it anyway.
Ah, yeah,
so
of course.
Yeah.
Right, cracking on. Keanu.
Okay.
I love those two.
If you guys are familiar with Key and Peele, they're like an American comedy duo. They're hilarious. Highly
what's
suggest you
that?
watch it
They're,
on YouTube.
they're the best part about
Definitely
Saturday
gonna
Night
watch that
Live.
trailer.
Yeah, exactly. Some of the sketches they do is amazing. Makes me like it still makes me laugh when I'm thinking of them. They're that good. So they got this new film coming out. It's basically they're looking after a kitten named Keanu,
Right.
who gets kidnapped. So some gangsters kidnap the kitten, and they go on a mission to rescue the kitten.
Yeah.
So
Sounds good.
I mean,
Yeah.
the plot is hilarious.
The plot is like about
the premise at least.
and the funny thing is they actually got Keanu Reeves to have a cameo.
Oh, is he there?
No, really?
He's actually the voice of the kitten
Is
at one
that
point.
why
So
the name of the
Oh.
film is okay?
he actually isn't. It was just a coincidence. That Keanu was the
That's a
name.
good
surely.
coincidence.
But it's nice of him to give an hand
Keanu.
actually
Yeah.
and help out. Well, that's pretty cool. But I'm really looking for the Keanu actually because I love the work these two guys do, and what I've heard from the American stuff is that it's done pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm
That's good.
looking forward to that. I find the kitten is really cute. So
Oh, that sells it for me.
Cats are cute.
right. What's next? Star Trek Beyond. So
I Do we really have to watch this film? Because I'm not a Star Trek fan.
You're not a Star Trek fan? Well, she's kind of built out on that already.
You didn't say that.
I just said
Wrath
it.
of Khan was
Didn't say
it?
that.
Was it not Wrath of Khan? What was the one that came up Into Darkness?
Into Darkness.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a big fan of the original TV series.
And I
When I say original, I mean the one with Patrick.
Yeah. Wow. The 90s.
Yeah.
And I think the recent reboots have done quite well. I mean, this is the third one now, the trilogy. So, I mean, the last two have, if they fail, I don't think we've got a third film. So, in that sense, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not really too much of a Star Trek fan.
The trailer is just a bonanza of action sequences one after another.
Yeah.
It's meant to be.
So, I don't know why they got the Rihanna soundtrack in there. It's a bit
Oh,
weird.
really?
Yeah, I'm not sure
didn't
why
know.
Rihanna's in it. It doesn't,
Like
it
Rihanna,
just doesn't
don't
go with
say
the
anything
film.
about
It feels like an epic science fiction battle and got Rihanna in it. I'm like, what?
Rihanna's everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe she's in the film somehow. She's got a bit of.
I think she's got a bit of.
But it's
role,
kind of just
right?
seems out of place. Like, why putting Rihanna in there? It's like she's nothing
Maybe
to do with
she's
the film.
there.
Maybe she is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I mean, I'm not a big Star Trek fan. That's a film. Check it out, because I love these huge
He said
action
it
films.
too.
How about you?
I'll take it on my shoulder, the whole fan base.
So yeah, the next one, Finding Dory.
Oh.
I think we're all looking for this.
I think I'm gonna.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
Finding
It's a
Nemo
sequel of Finding
Came
Nemo,
out
right?
12 years ago.
Yeah.
12 years ago.
Amazing.
Makes us feel so old.
That
So
makes
I,
It's such a long
makes it
gap
13.
between.
That
It's
makes
like
it 13.
Independence Day, right?
yeah, 20 years. I think
Yeah,
that
I
was.
know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna watch this without doubt. I
Yeah.
don't care if the reviews are good or bad. I'm gonna watch it because
Definitely.
of
The
nostalgia.
reviews are amazing, in fact.
Of course, I mean,
Should be.
It's the highest grossing Disney film so far.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, highest
Already?
grossing first week.
Oh,
Disney
first
film.
week.
Yeah, on
okay.
the first week.
Disney are smashing it right
I
now.
love Disney
Zootropolis,
films, yeah.
Jungle Book, Finding
Well,
Dory.
Disney's got
Smashing
Pixar.
it, that's
Disney's
true.
got their own animation studio,
Yeah.
and Pixar and
Yeah.
Disney are the main heavyweights in animation.
They are pretty much killing it,
Yeah.
aren't they? And well, more money for them, I suppose.
Well, money for the investors as well. If you invest in their stock.
Wow, is this an investing show now?
Well,
Hot tip of the month.
no,
Disney.
It's high. It's way overvalued at the moment. Don't invest in it now.
That's a different show. Right, and finally, Jason Bourne, end of the month.
You know his name.
You know his name, Matt Damon,
Yes.
Team America
Love
joke.
Matt Damon.
This, I'm really looking forward to this. I think this is the big, for the films I've listed, I think Jason Bourne is the one I am looking forward to most.
You know, I rewatched the trilogy. In fact, with the fourth one as well, very recently.
Fourth
Just
one kind of did
I-
taper a bit, but the original trilogy,
I love the premise so much. I like the fourth one as well.
the original trilogy was so great. It just pretty much renovate the whole genre.
It redefined exactly. It redefined the action genre.
All this intense.
Bond cop is born now.
Of course, yeah. Without Jason Bourne,
Yeah.
the whole Bond thing would have been dead in the water. So, and it's got Matt Damon's come back in to save
Yeah.
save the franchise. I think.
I'm just wondering, do we have to review 8 films?
I don't
In
see
our
why
next
not.
episode.
Yeah, why
Let's
not?
let's
Yeah,
do it.
exactly,
Do
yeah.
That's
like
gonna be
1 minute
quite
reviews.
Yeah.
Quite packed, yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna end up. That's like 8 films. Yeah, that's like 8 I chose. But
That's
pretty
a
much.
fun month coming ahead.
Yeah, my unlimited pass is gonna get
Very
a nice
filmy.
I
work.
mean, it is July, summer blockbusters.
Yeah,
abound.
there's plenty of them out. Basically, next show we won't have any material, lack of material, basically.
Yeah.
So we look forward to that. And I think that pretty much wraps it all up, guys. Thanks for joining us. We're going to break our
welcome.
fast in a few hours, and I'm boiling under these lights, man. I don't know why I decided to do this, but
It's better than outside. isn't
better
it?
than outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that brings all to wrap, and that's